Hey everyone, before we get into today's video, have a little thing I need to share with you for some things going on this weekend, so let's hit that message and then we'll get into the action. What's up, Dragon Brood? So, many of you saw my recent video where I announced that I am now partnered with Ultra Pro, and one of the cool benefits is getting to share awesome news with you. So those of you that are aware, there's a secret layer this weekend being put out by Wizards that has 4 very cool pieces of artwork. Well, what many of you don't know is Ultra Pro is also putting up these 4 playmats that you can actually buy with that same artwork. And the cool part is they're only $22 right on their website, and $16 from each playmat sale goes to support the Extra Life Foundation. I mean, check them out. I have some here. Look how sweet this artwork is. I mean, seriously, check it out. Like, every one of these you can have. Oh, there we go. And this is super cool. And these are all same high quality you get normally from Ultra Pro. So, you know, whatever you would normally expect from an Ultra Pro playmat, you're gonna get here. They just have exclusive artwork, and they're only available this weekend, November 6th to November 9th. So get them while you can. But yeah, again, if you want to support Project Extra Life, you want to get something for yourself, maybe you're not able to participate in all the streams and stuff happening this weekend, this is a way to still make a cool donation, have something nice to show for it, and you know, it's like a token of gratitude for your donation. All right, so what we're doing today is we're going to be looking at Abzan Counters. And the reason I'm putting this together, several people have been asking anyway, like, hey, is there a way you could try to put together a deck that's got Gragmaw in it and maybe pull a Kranos, and a way to put the counters on with the green and white cards? And honestly, one of my concerns is that you are giving up consistency, especially by way of mana, by splashing these other cards. However, there are some reasonable options, so I put together a list and we're just going to see how it does. So if you haven't yet, please remember to like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because if you haven't seen it, check out my hashtag YouTube wage theft video. That'll explain why we need support now more than ever if you have not subscribed and liked and shared this video. But with that bit of business out of the way, let's go look at this Abzan Counters list. Alrighty, starting at the top, we are playing Bloodchief's Thirst because there's not really much reason not to in these lists. It's a quality 1 mana thing. We do have Swarm Shambler, which one of the things about Swarm Shambler I think is people forget sometimes is that it does produce extra tokens. I was going to say counters, but extra tokens whenever you have a creature with a +1/+1 on it that gets targeted. So the benefit is that whenever you have this and say like a Conclave Mentor or a Gragmaw or whatever, like you're actually making extra creatures, which is a really big deal, especially when your opponents may be removing one of your big things so they can attack. You do end up with another chump blocker. Luminarch Aspirant, this card, you're probably going to get tired of seeing it. It's a fantastic card. It goes into a lot of lists, and I think it's going to be a standard staple down the road for sure. We're playing 3 Heartless Axe. Not going to go too heavy on the Heartless Axe. We could probably get by with 2 since we have Bloodchief's Thirst and some other removal in the deck, but I'm starting with 3. 3 Scavenging Ooze because it's just good in a lot of matchups. Conclave Mentor, obviously because of the type of deck we're playing. Mythos of Nethroi. To me, this is one of the cards you really should be targeting in this list. Matter of fact, if I took out one of those Heartless Axe, I'd probably be playing a 4th copy of the Mythos. And the reason being is that it just simply lets you deal with any card at instant speed. And it's the only card we have right now that allows us to do that. So if you're worried about a Great Hinge or an Embercleave or some big creature or an enchantment, it just lets you kill them all. You know, and you don't have to, or even a Planeswalker for that matter. And I think that flexibility goes a long way in this type of list. We're playing a couple of Gragmaw. Gonna see how this works out. I mean, obviously it gets bigger when you get other things that get counters. If it dies, it makes you an XX creature. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. Bosri's Lieutenant, which is cute with Gragmaw, because if Gragmaw dies, you get 2 creatures instead of 1, which is kind of funny. But, yeah, we're playing 3. I wanted to play 4. But because of our next card, Felidar Retreat, this also costs 4, and there's just not enough room for everything. As a matter of fact, I'm even thinking now while I'm looking at this, I'll probably end up cutting one of these Felidar Retreats and finding room somewhere else for an additional card before we get into the games. So I maybe cut one of those, add another Mythos, maybe add another Grakmaw. I don't know. I'd rather it be another threat of some kind if we're going to do that. And then we've got a couple of Polakranos, one Vivian Monsters Advocate, one Great Hinge, and the rest are land. 3 plains, 4 swamps, 5 forests, 4 of each pathway, and 4 of the Triome. You may be asking why, because of the mana, with the mana requirements, am I not playing Fable Passage? The reason for me is just we don't want too many cards coming into play tapped. If you look at this list, we have several things we want to be able to play on turn 1 and 2. You know, just tons of quality cards, and you don't want to get stuck on those turns where, like, turn 1, land comes into play tapped. Turn 2, land comes into play tapped. Okay, now turn 3, maybe I could play a couple of spells. Because against some of these matchups, if you're talking about, like, mono red, or even against rogues, you could end up being a little bit too far behind, especially if you're on the draw and not on the play. So that's a little bit of a concern there for me. But otherwise, I kind of like the way this list sets up. So we will take it into the arena and find out how it does. All right, we'll keep this. I mean, I'd rather not have 2 End of the Triomes in hand, but, you know, what are we going to really do? So next turn, well, I was about to say, the plan here is probably just play a Swarm Shambler. That's not a bad setup for next turn. I like that. So maybe our Scavenging Ooze will get to hit and stick. I'm not interested in blocking, actually. No surprise there, really. All right, another Mire Triton, sure. I wanted them to put a big, saucy creature over there. Would have been nice. I'm going to go ahead and do this now, just in case they have a Heartless Act. Yeah, we ain't blocking. Do what you're going to do, opponent. All right, they scoop to a Scavenging Ooze. Alright, we basically have 2 turns to draw an untapped green land, is what our plan is going to be here. So we'll turn 1 Triome. Alright, we're going to need some love next turn. I really would like to play a Blood Chief's Thirst and a Shambler, but doesn't look like that's going to happen. Gosh dang it. And they got a green land off the top too, didn't they? Alright, we still found one. Thank goodness. That had potential to be real bad. Alright, I don't know if we want... I mean, if they play a land, obviously it's going to be a hard decision to block or not. Oh, and a Fervent Champ. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to go no Bloxies here. I don't think this is going to work out the way we want. But we got to try. Oh, it did. That was unexpected. Huh. Well, no attacks. Well, that's weird. They don't even have Bone Crusher Giant in hand. So is it just a pile of Embercleaves? I mean, I guess. An axe. Alright. That's going to make things weird on the coming turn. And they chose not to even attack with their Hellhound. Alright, the good news is we have this Mythos of Nitoroi, and we're going to be able to turn this into a 4/4 if we want to. Grakmaw would be nice, but I think it has to wait. I mean, we could do this, put a counter on itself, and it'd be a 5/6. But this, really the Anax with the Embercleave, I think is the biggest problem here. So we need to figure out how we're going to deal with that. I think the plan might be block across the board, let the opponent Embercleave on the Anax, kill the Embercleave, block Anax with a big Shambler, or maybe the small Shambler. And that could be a better plan. And we'll just kind of see where the rest of it ends up. And we're at 13. If the mentor dies, we will gain some life. So that's another thing that can happen in our favor. Oh, well, that changes what we want to do with this damn mythos. Okay, well, sadly, our whole game plan is going to change here because we need to kill Torbran. Don't love it, but feel like we have to. Let's go ahead and just turn this into a 4/4. So now the thing is here, we can Grakmaw as a 4/4. Give ourselves the ability to turn this into a 6/6 and a 3/3, and then play this next turn, and that's probably where we want to be, I think. And then next turn we can go on the offensive. Whenever another creature controlled dies at a +1, put that many counters on Grakmaw. Okay. So if we do chump block and things have to die, we'll just end up with an absurdly big Grakmaw. Yep, we knew this might be a thing. This is not what we wanted to see. So Embercleave is going to turn an Axe into a 6/7, so that'd be 14. So we do need to throw something sizable in front of it. Alright, so it looks like our plan is block. 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 And this should keep us from dying. Yep, there's the Embercleave, as expected. No surprises. Let's go ahead and pump this while we're at it. Alright. This is also going to give us a very big Grakmaw. Wait, how does it not get whenever creature... Oh, you just put a counter on it. That didn't get as big of a Grakmaw as I thought we were going to get. That's a problem. Ooh, that's a good card to draw here, though. We're at 5. This is actually pretty outstanding because we can block, 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 fight an Axe, gain a bunch of life from the Grakmaw. Oh man, that's real good. Okay, sure. This inscription's gonna be good. I really should be finding a way to play at least a second one. This is the one in the deck, actually. Alright, opponent. Who's gonna be a coward and not be able to block? I mean, the opponent's real plan here might just be attack with everything. Huh. Okay. I'm still game for this plan. Uh-oh. What are we doing here? Gonna kill our mentor? I mean, they don't know we can gain the life off of the Inscription of Abundance right now, so that is a big deal. Alright, making the Swarm Shambler not block the Intimidator. Sounds like a plan. Alright, so... everything's coming in. We're going to block here, block here, block here, I think. Though part of me says blocking a token's better here, actually, instead of giving him another 1/1, since we're gonna... Well, we're going to kill an Axe first anyway, though. So they wouldn't even get the thing. So hold that thought. The only difference being... if they play something like Rimrock Knight, we at least get to trade here where we wouldn't otherwise. Alright. Put a 2/2 counters here. Choose target player, me. Choose target creature I control. Choose target creature I don't control. So this is going to turn Grakmaw into a 9/9. Then it'll fight. We'll gain our 9 life. And then we get to beat up on an Intimidator. I mean, maybe they have a Bone Crusher Giant now. I don't know. But this at least severely limits what the opponent can do here. Now, there is something to be said that still blocking the Fervent Champ could have been more relevant, because once they put the Embercleave on it, if they do still have like a Rimrock Knight, that's a significant amount of damage next turn. However, we are going to end up with at least a 9/9 Grakmaw. Alright, so they have another Embercleave. Okay. Well, fair enough. That was something we did not account for. But here we are. Alright, let's see if our... Ooh, that could be real big here. That could be very big here. I mean, we turn this into a 3/3? Or 4/4, actually. This thing's going to deal 4. We can turn this into a 5. You can pump it once. Kind of annoying. But we could always block that with a 9. So we're not really at risk if we attack. I mean, our creatures are big enough. We can start trying to get the job done now. And again, if any point, we could just throw the Mentor in the way and get a quick 4 life. Because I think that's ability people forget about this card. That, like, when it dies, you gain life equal to its power. Alright, opponent. You gotta do something. We were at least able to leverage that Grakmaw into reasonable size. That is a small problem, because now that getting Embercleaved next turn... Oh, weird. I was going to say, okay, so the opponent's just giving up? I guess that's what's happening here. I mean, I don't blame them. Yeah, oh, now they for sure, now that we got the Great Hand. We failed to go first, yet to gain. We're going to keep this, though. Oh, that's convenient. Here comes a rogue. How'd I know? Dun, 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 dun. Interesting. So did they keep the triple rogue hand? Is that what happened here? Not totally sure if it matters what we set this to. Okay, we'll go ahead and kill one of these. Don't want them to get too out of hand. They're gonna flash in another one? Yep, I knew it. Sometimes it's like that, y'all. Alright, we did get a Polokranos in the yard, so that's a good pickup. We will be able to shrink these, so that matters. Oh, they're gonna remove it. Yep, cling to dust. There you go. I think... Honestly, I don't even know if it really matters here. Because we're going to be taking 2 through the air at a minimum. This probably even gets countered. It's like, yeah. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, and they didn't have a Soaring Thought Thief. What the heck? What? That did not play out at all like I thought. Sure. And then they chose not to even attack? Man, I feel like we're winning at life. Boy. What do we do here? I mean... it took our Pull of Kranos. So I guess they're on the mill plan at this point. I mean, I'm getting in there. I mean, if you weren't attacking before when I had 1 blocker, you're definitely not attacking now. The only thing that would have changed that is if they potentially would have had the guy that if you don't block, they could bounce a thing and steal something from a yard. Okay, so here... well, let's start by just attacking with both of these. Because our plan is just going to be Aspirant, then, well, if this is the opponent's plan... actually, we're okay with this. We're fine with this. There's really no reason to get out of line here. See if they actually have the Heartless Act here. End of the story. Okay, sure. I mean, not sure what you're going to be doing here, though. I mean, yeah, we got a lot of cards in the yard. So, Soaring Thought Thieves are not nothing. Alright. Heartless Act, kill these 2 thingies. Ground and lock. Yeah, same difference. Turn this into a 4/4. I'm alright with that. I have no qualms with that. That works just as well. So we can keep the pressure up. Ah, Thieves Guild Enforcer. Boo. Okay, well, is what it is. I mean, if they have it, they have it. Alright, now we just need a land so we can start going off with this Felidar retreat. Oh, they're just playing just a weird straight-up mill deck. This was not even rogues. I was assuming this was like a budget inclusion, but no, this is actually a relevant decision inclusion. Well, if I'd have known that, I would have made some plays definitely differently earlier in the game. Alright, this is a big deal, because now we're going to be down to 25 cards. So we're kind of racing. Though we can kill one of those if we need to. Which I think we're going to go ahead and do that now, so we don't risk anything silly happening. And then next turn, we could do either of these as necessary. If we get a land, we'll go Felidar's Retreat. If we don't, we'll just try to play Vivian. Since the opponent would have to draw a counter spell of some kind here. Interesting that they chose not to block. I'm not totally sure why that would have been the plan. I mean, I'm not upset about it. I just don't understand it. I mean, you can kill our lieutenant if you got a kill card, opponent. Yeah, I was like, what are we doing? Like, all right, land. Well, that's not bad. Not really what we were looking for, though. With trample? Why not? Alright, we're only down to 21 cards. So these next 2 turns are going to be critical. To the point that if we have a creature, like here, like, I mean, we're going to draw that one, but like, I might even consider just minusing Vivian to be able to get more creatures. Especially here, if I can get like a 2 and a 1, you know, something like that is a big deal. Because it also makes Extinction Event not hurt nearly as badly. However, are they going to go for a Crypt of Agadeem? If that's what's going down here? Oh man, if so, we're just going to get milled out. We only have 19 cards left, so we'd definitely be dead. Or are they just looking for a way to gain life? Okay. They were just deciding what to clean to dust. Fair enough. They do draw a card. We mill 2. Well, that definitely makes a difference. And is not great for us. We play this off the top. We can go -1 to get a Shambler. Play this Shambler. Kill a creature. Is that more efficient? And then attack. Yeah, I think so. And there's no telling what's on top, I guess. I was going to minus, but I decided I'm going to make a 3/3 here. Because, I mean, really put it on the opponent when we're at 15 cards. Like, they have to come up with a plan. Okay, we're all right with that drown in the lock. That doesn't really change what we're doing much. I'm going to set one of these to reach, just in case something shows up that I'm not thinking about. We will kill this 0/4. And we're going to attack. Alright. So the opponent basically, well, they still have Cling to Dust. So they could still mill us out this turn. However, if we drew a land to go with this Felidar Sovereign we've been sitting in on our hand forever, would have been excellent. Man, or even getting our other Pull of Kranos at some point would have been nice too. Alright, looks like they're going to Cling to Dust again. Alright, that draws a card and puts them at 8. So if they draw a kill card here, maybe. Some type of removal. There's a crab. The crab does block. I mean, that's a real thing. Ugh. We're down to 8 cards. Oh, I was going to say, don't get rid of that. That actually helps us a bunch here. Now, is there a way... Man, 7 cards that we can just kill the opponent. They're going to be able to get at least 1 card. Oh, no, we can kill them. They're at 5. They ended up not gaining life last turn. Duh. All right. There you go. Whew. We get to go first. Actually, I don't even know what to do with myself here, honestly. I think, well, we're obviously going to keep this. I'm just trying to think about sequence of cards here. Because if we set this to green, then we set this. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. We'll do this. We'll play an Aspirant. Then we'll see if we can get by with the Conclave Mentor the following turn. That can be white as well. Let's do that. It's possible the opponent wants to just kill the Aspirant anyway. I wouldn't blame them. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pump up the Swarm Chandler. Oh, just Birth Emulators. Alright. And they aren't playing Yorion, so they could, though they could be playing the 60-card Yorion deck. We've seen a couple of those here lately. think we're just going to do this. And see what kind of difference that makes. Last casket probably gets rid of Grakmaw. Yep, that's what I thought. Oh, why did I have to sequence differently last turn? Why did I get so greedy? Having the Azorius Lieutenant this turn would have been gigantic. Oh, so savage. Well, hopefully they don't have it on this turn. They probably do, though. Yeah. If I'd have just played this last turn and then Lieutenant this turn, we'd have been solid gold. Okay, so we can turn Aspirant into a 4. Yeah. And then turn this into a 4, I guess, for future considerations. All right, let's see how bad this is. It's probably just going to be something like, oh, Banishing Light. Well, that's still good for them. Birth of Meletus, all right. Also good. Come on, Inscription. That's what we want here. Oh, that was a ballsy choice by the opponent. Huh. So, we have 5 mana now. If we play this, that eats up 2 mana. Oh, I should have made it green, though, because then I could have played this. This would have turned into a 6, and then I could have... Ah, dang it. That's a mistake. So now the only thing I can do is attack with the Aspirant as a 5. Spin 4, leaving 1 up. Yeah, that has to be our new plan, I guess. Yep. We have to tap green, green, white, black. Maybe we'll get lucky and find a Swarm Shambler. Nope, no such luck. I guess we'll tap this, though. Use that extra mana. Turn that into a 4/4. No more Banishing Lights, please. Oh, I would also rather you've not had any Archons, but that's a different problem. All right, we do have to be careful, because like I said, they could still have some type of flash enchantments. All right, that resolved, huh? There's a lot of questionable things going on, and I'm not sure how to respond to them. I mean, if we make the Swarm Shambler a 5/5, they could double block the Aspirants. I mean, but then they would still have to give up an Archon either way, right? They would gain life, but do we care? I feel like the answer is no. This comes a 6/6, so... Alright, Omen of the Sea makes it 2/2. Oh, it makes 2 2/2s. Yeah, that's a problem. Forgot about that. I mean, if they have a Yorion here, we're just toast. Because this is anytime one comes into play, right? Yeah. So yeah, Yorion were just wrecked here. We just have to hope they don't have it. If they do, they got us. I mean, they are going to gain a lot of life here too, though. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and they gain 6 and go to 14. Oh, other Pegasus creatures. That's an Archon, though. All right. So how bad is it? Ah, Shatter is so loud. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is when I have a creature enter the battlefield. So the question is, do we want to try to get Grakmar, or do we want this Bajri's Lieutenant back? Bajri's Lieutenant's gonna hit harder, so let's get that back. Plus, that's an enchantment, so, you know, if we get that off the table, this is an artifact, so not as scary. Oh, they had to neutralize. Boo! Alright, creature time. No creatures, huh? That's how you're gonna do me here, deck. Alright, fine. Surprised they didn't scry during their upkeep with that much land. Fellow retreat, that's legit. They could actually make enough creatures to fight us. And make bigger ones at that, for that matter. Or we could just do that. Not the way we want to win this, but we'll take it. Alright, get in there. Alright. No shatter this guy, please. Bottom, bottom. The fact that they're scrying so much is bad, though. It means it's probably not bottom, bottom. Oh, it was. I guess they figured they do need to go for the shadow this guy here. Anything else isn't good enough, I don't think, that they can play. Even Yorion doesn't cut it. Okay, that draws a card. That might be something. Got there. All right, y'all. So what does that mean? I have no idea. The deck played very well. The land wasn't nearly as difficult as I thought it was going to be. I don't know if I guessed it correctly or if I just found the right mix of cards that let the lands work out. But yeah, I think the only thing I do want to find room for another inscription. Unfortunately, the Felidar Sovereigns didn't work out as well as I was hoping. And truthfully, maybe they just need to move to the sideboard to have in case we're playing against some slower control-y type decks. Like say maybe we are playing against like Yorion decks or something, then I might want them. But otherwise, maybe we should just have main deck inscriptions because we can use those against rogue decks. We can use it against all the Embercleave decks, whether that's various versions of Gruul or Mono Red, you know, and they're just going to be more useful, honestly. So I'm a big fan of that. So that's probably what it will be doing. But otherwise, I think I'm going to leave the deck kind of as is. It actually played very well. I really was surprised by it. I figured out, maybe we figured out the code to make it work. I don't know. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So check this one out. If you're interested in some Abzan counters, this is the way to go. Also, don't forget about picking up your Playmats this weekend to support Extra Life. Get those Ultra Pro Playmats. The link's going to be down in the description below. You can also get links to my merchandise if you want to support me right now because we can need it, just as, you know, hashtag YouTube wage theft. Also, you can get links to my Discord if you want to come have chats about different decks there, or follow me on Twitter, or if you just want to follow me over on Twitch and see my live streams. You can hit up all those with that information in the description. And as usual, if you haven't, please remember to like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because again, all the support you can give me right now really does help while we're trying to figure out all this YouTube mess. But that's all I have for you for now. We will see you next time.